Hello, welcome to Inside the Summit League. Things are good right now. In men's basketball, the league is enjoying its highest ranking ever in the RPI, the Ratings Percentage Index. It's that indicator that everybody looks for to determine the strength of teams and leagues and schedules, so that's good. The North Dakota State men are number 22 this week in the RPI. That's the highest ever for a Summit League team, so that's good. League play gets started this week, and that is really good. Finally get to go head-to-head and see who's got what. Not that some of these pre-conference games so far haven't been tons of fun. Here's a look back over the last few weeks at what's been going on the men's side. Start with Belmont at Denver. Denver coming off a win over Wyoming 2 nights before this. Belmont coming off a loss at South Dakota State a couple of days before this one. Brett Olson leads Denver in scoring right now at 14 points a game. He had 19 in this one. Going to be a race this year for most dunk highlights between Chris Udofia of Denver and Trayvon Wright of North Dakota State. There's Udofia. He was 7 of 8 from the field in this game, mostly because he was shooting it from 0 inches away. That one's even better. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals, a bunch of dunks for Udofia. Denver got out to the lead in this game, and they blew Belmont off the floor. Denver led by 15 at the half. Olson had 7 assists. Finds Nate Engesser there. He had 9 off the Denver bench. Udofia again. Denver's biggest lead was 31. Belmont has struggled in the last couple of weeks, but still, good win for the Pioneers. They win at 90-62. South Dakota State, meanwhile, trying to keep the good vibe after that win over Belmont. The Jacks a week later at North Dakota in Grand Forks. Cody Larson has given SDSU some inside presence. He was 8 of 14 from the field in this one. South Dakota State had its best three-point shooting percentage of the season, 8 of 15 on threes. Anders Broman had 2 of those. Jacks led by 12 in the first half, but they gave that up, and they were tied at 32 at the half. Larson again inside. North Dakota had a lead for a moment in the second half, but the Jacks get it back on a 3 by Braden Carlson. Carlson led the way with 22 for South Dakota State. North Dakota got back within 1, but Jordan Dykstra pushes it back to 4. With about 6 minutes to play, Larson ends up with 21 points and 7 rebounds, and the Jacks hang on for their first road win of the season, 77-70. Go back to Denver. Next night out after the win over Belmont, and Denver goes a little flat against UC Irvine in this one. Cam Griffin for 2, but Denver only shot 34% in the game compared to 62% for Irvine. The Anteaters have a 7'6" center named Mamadou Njai, tallest player in the country this year. He had 11 points, he had 5 dunks, and a free throw. Brett Olson, 14 again to lead Denver, but Irvine was up by 1 at the half. Denver had the lead for about 30 seconds early in the second half, but that was it. Jalen Love had 11. Olson again with those 14. Jalen Love had 11, but Denver could not come back and get over the Anteaters. Chris Udofia just 2 of 12 from the field in this one. He was held to 7 points. He's had 4 games over 20 points this year, but he's had 6 games under 10 so far this season. Did have a dunk, though. And Mamadou Njai and the Anteaters take down Denver in this one. Denver is 7-8 now heading into the Summit League season. Omaha, meanwhile, they are 10-5 right now. Good wins over Cal Bakersfield and Nevada. The Mavs taking on Seattle here just before Christmas. Justin Simmons, not in the starting 5, but putting up some points. C.J. Carter had 17 for the Mavs in 36 minutes. This is one of the guys making them go right now. Devin Patterson, a sophomore in his first season with the Mavs. He had a couple of steals and 12 points. Just before the half, Simmons from, about 33 feet. And they needed those points, too. Omaha down by 4 at the half, but they score 54 points in the second half. John Karhoff, the center, led him an assist with 4. Finds Hager-Bomber there, and then Carter again on the drive. Carter had 17, and then the alley-oop from Carter to Hager-Bomber. They lead by 13 late, and they win by 7 over Seattle. More men's hoops coming up next. Check on IUPUI, USD, Fort Wayne, and Western Illinois.
This isn't an Epic Sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director.
There's no $1 million budget.
There's no slow motion.
Or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us.
Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
and make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active.
And this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Get tickets now for Nicholas David, former contestant on The Voice, performing January 18th at 8 p.m. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
For any reason, for any season, Honda has exactly what you need for any time, anywhere. With the Honda Accord and Honda Civic, you get sport and style, a comfortable ride, and incredible mileage. Plus Kelley Blue Book's very best and most trusted brand, and a top safety pick, no matter the reason or the season. You'll find a Honda that will fit your life and budget, new or certified used. Shop on the lot or online anytime, only from your Dakota Land Honda dealer.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Back to men's basketball. How do our guys stack up against teams like Drake and Cal State Northridge and Kalamazoo and a team named William and Mary? Here you go. Begin with IUPUI at home on December 29th, taking on Drake from the Missouri Valley Conference. This is Mitchell Patton, 6'9", still just a junior for the Jags. Gets them off to a good start. Drake counters, though, with their own big man, all 6'11" of Seth Van Diest. They held him to 4 points, though. Patton averages 12 points and 6 rebounds. He had 13 points and 12 going against those big Bulldogs, and the game's tied at 13 early on. Here's Ian Childs, leads IUPUI at 17 points a game right now, but he had just 9 in this one. Jags didn't shoot it very well. Drake led by 15 at the half, and they win by 23. IUPUI is 5-12 going into Summit League play. South Dakota will go in at 5-9. The Coyotes have lost some close ones. Another close one here against Cal State Northridge, though. Coyotes get red hot in the first half. Tyler Larson for 3, and then a couple possessions later, Larson again. Coyotes were 7 of 10 from downtown in the first half. They led by 12 at the break. They've had trouble closing teams out, though, and the Matadors were no different. Landon Drew on the drive there, and then Josh Green, part of a 20-4 Northridge run to open the second half. They take the lead. Coyotes were down by as many as 8, but Trevor Gruce gets them back within 2 with an and 1 at 73-71. Trey Norris then took over from there. A 3 from Norris to pull USD within a point, and then with 12 seconds left, Norris at the line hits the first and the second to give the Coyotes the lead. He had a season-high 20 points. Last chance for Cal State Northridge. They get a shot off here. There's still time ticking. Tyler Flack, though, will block it at the buzzer, and the Coyotes win 76-75 over Cal State Northridge. Fort Wayne is my sleeper this season. Picked to finish 6th. Going to be better than that, though. They are 12-5. They beat Kalamazoo to finish up the pre-conference season. Steve Forbes there, one of 6 guys in this game with at least a dozen points. Louis Jacobo made 5 threes. The Dons made 16 on the night. 18 points for Jacobo, and they win at 110-74 over Kalamazoo. And what about Western Illinois? The defending regular season co-champs have been a little streaky so far. Here against William and Mary out of the Colonial Athletic Association. Western tied a season high with 9 3-pointers made, but William and Mary made 12 of their own. Michael Ocharobia, big man, getting it, giving it up, getting it back. Ocharobia had 12 points and a team-high 4 assists in the ball game. But Garrett Covington was the man for the Leathernecks. True freshman, was named League Player of the Week this week, a career-high 5 3-pointers for Covington. He had 26 points, but it comes in a loss. William and Mary just kept throwing in threes for the ball game. Again, they made a dozen of them. Marcus Thornton had 25 for the visitors, and William and Mary knocks off Western Illinois. 78-67 is the final in this one. Western Illinois goes to 6-9 so far on this season. All right, so Western won't play until Saturday, but here's what it looks like to get the league season started this Thursday. North Dakota State at Fort Wayne. That is a 6 o'clock game. So is South Dakota State at IUPUI. On Saturday, NDSU at IUPUI at 1 o'clock. Denver's at University of South Dakota at 4. South Dakota State at Fort Wayne. at 6 o'clock, and then Omaha and Western Illinois at 7 o'clock Saturday night in Macomb. Women's basketball coming up next, including another 30-plus point breakout from Amanda Hyde in Fort Wayne.
Since 1982, the Summit League has been achieving excellence. Beyond providing a quality education to more than 120,000 students, the league continues to strengthen its reputation of being nationally competitive in athletics. Today, more than 3,000 elite student athletes at 8 institutions embody the vision, purpose, and innovation the Summit League represents. These young men and women are reaching for the summit in both athletic and academic endeavors.
For any reason, for any season, Honda has exactly what you need for any time, anywhere. With the Honda Accord and Honda Civic, you get sport and style, a comfortable ride, and incredible mileage. Plus Kelley Blue Book's very best and most trusted brand, and a top safety pick. No matter the reason or the season, you'll find a Honda that will fit your life and budget, new or certified used. Shop on the lot or online anytime, only from your Dakota Land Honda dealer.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. It's the Grand Falls Casino Resort $500,000 giveaway. Yeah, $500,000. Between now and March 30th, play your favorite games to earn entries. Entries are good for all 13 drawings. Then, be here for the Sunday afternoon drawings for your chance at $500,000. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
The great thing about snowboarding is the adventure. All day long, you're finding different ways of doing different things, and it's never the same. I don't mind snowboarding alone, but if you've got your friends up there on the mountain and you guys can all cruise down together, it's a really, really fun time. Snowboarding has been really fun and really rewarding for me, and I want it to be fun and rewarding for my customers as well. I'm Lindsay McKinstry, and I'm one of the snowboard experts at Shields.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Now to women's basketball. Amanda Hyde might make a run at Kevy Looper's Summit League scoring record this year. In 2010, Looper averaged 24.4 points per game. Hyde is averaging just over 22 a game right now for Fort Wayne. IUPUI is going to be tough to beat, as the highlights will show here. Denver has a really good player with a really long last name, but Denver is struggling to win games right now, and that's where we go to get this week's recap rolling. Begin in Denver, the Pioneers hosting North Texas in this one. And this is Paige Bradley, a sophomore from the state of Texas, weaving and all the way in. She had 15 points and 5 assists in the ballgame. Teresa Worth, a junior from Arizona, the spin and in, 7 points and 10 rebounds for Worth. She's had 6 games now with at least 10 rebounds already this season. Morgan Van Riper Rose, junior from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, coming off the bench right now for Denver. She made 5 threes in the ballgame. 21 points for Van Riper Rose, the preseason all-league selection. But Denver was down by 15 at the half to North Texas. Worth will come on a late drive here and score, but they're still down by 18. North Texas rolled it up big. They go for 93. That's the most points given up so far this season by Denver. And Denver will take a 2-13 record into its first Summit League season coming up later this week, 93-74 against North Texas. At the other end of the standings, though, at the top of the board is IUPUI. The Jags are 10-5. One of those wins here against Northern Kentucky. Navina Markovic for 2. IUPUI shot 64% in this game. Dawn Luster off the bench. She had a dozen. Nicole Rogers made 4 threes. She had 12 points. And they've also got De'Ara Goss, hometown girl from Indianapolis, leading scorer for them right now. Drives to the right hand, and then Goss coming back to the left. She had 24 to lead IUPUI. They are good, and they are deep. Look at this pass from Katie Camello to Akila Sims, and the Jags roll 86-63. Western Illinois could be intriguing to track this year. They are 7-7 so far. Took a loss here to Southern Illinois Edwardsville, though. Western has a star, and her name is Luke. Ashley Luke on a second chance bucket. She had 24 points and 10 rebounds to lead Western Illinois. But they let SIUE shoot at 52%. Not always the first shot that gets you, but the second. Too many second chance points for Edwardsville in this ball game. Western had 15 steals, 5 of them by Rebecca Henriksen. 9 points, 5 steals, 4 assists for her. But SIU beat them on the boards, beat them inside. Tierney Austin had 15 points and 12 rebounds. And despite that big game from Ashley Luke, Western goes down in this one 78-70. Fort Wayne is going to be another team to reckon with, taking on Ball State in their final pre-conference tune-up. Stephanie Mock for 2 of her 13. And a big game for preseason player of the year, Amanda Hyde. 4th game already. She's gone over 30. Hyde had 32, and they beat Ball State by a dozen. More women's hoops when we come back, including a new Summit League record set by the Lady Leathernecks in Western Illinois.
For any reason, for any season, Honda has exactly what you need for any time, anywhere. With the Honda Accord and Honda Civic, you get sport and style, a comfortable ride, and incredible mileage. Plus Kelley Blue Book's very best and most trusted brand. And a top safety pick, no matter the reason or the season. You'll find a Honda that will fit your life and budget, new or certified used. Shop on the lot or online anytime, only from your Dakota Land Honda dealer.
Williams shoots, gets up, he scores. Tie game. We are going to bring the ball up court under pressure. Long pass inside to Montgomery. He spins. The shot is up, and it's a 20-foot jumper from the 5'11" sophomore forward.
Our heritage is rooted in the gymnasiums of every town, big and small, throughout the region. For this reason, Sanford Health proudly presents Heritage Court at the heart of the Pentagon.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a brand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Get tickets now for Nicholas David, former contestant on The Voice, performing January 18th at 8 p.m. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a brand new way to eat, play, and stay.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. All right, back to women's hoops now. Western Illinois set a new league record last week, and it was not for margin of victory, even though they won the game by 75 points. Meanwhile, South Dakota and Omaha are on pretty good rolls here as we head into the Summit League season. First up, Omaha at home taking on Doane. Omaha with a 4-game win streak coming in. That's Lanice Bow, 2 of her 14. But Omaha was down 2 at the half. They crank it up after that, though. Follow your shot. Maddie Robson, a rebound and a hoop. Robson, just a freshman, had 15 for Omaha. Felicia Anderson came off the bench for Omaha and gave Doane some problems. A 3 there, and then a steal by Anderson. And watch the move at the end here. Very nice. She had 12 points in just 18 minutes for Omaha. Anderson and Robson will connect again a little bit later. Erica House led Omaha with 21, and the Mavs win 80-72. Omaha is 8-6 so far on this season. There was a new Summit League record set while we're away for the holidays. It came in the Western Illinois win over Culver Stockton. It was not for three-pointers made, although Western made a bunch. 17 threes in the game for Western Illinois. Liz Skatowski came off the bench and made 5 threes. Paige Harmon came off the bench and made 3 more. Marley Hall had 5 threes and led the way with 20 points. There's Harmon. And the record, though, in this game was for assists in one game. The Leathernecks had 39 assists. Rebecca Henriksen had 11 of those. Michelle Maher added 8. And Western won the game over Culver Stockton, 113-38. Much more competitive between South Dakota and Cleveland State. They played just this past Saturday in Vermilion. Nicole Seekamp still out of this one. Rochelle Contreras, though, picked up some scoring slack with Seekamp out of there. Did it early, the JUCO transfer, a couple of early threes. She had 8 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. But Cleveland State letting it fly themselves. Kirsten Green will step out for a deep three. Cleveland State tried 17 threes in the first half, made 5 of those. Back for the Coyotes, though, Maddie White out to Taya He-Miller. Youngster from Watertown, South Dakota for 3. She gets her first double-double of the season, 13 points, 10 rebounds. She is the Summit League Player of the Week, by the way, and the Coyotes are up 6 at halftime. But second half, Green slicing to the rack for 2. She had 26 to lead all scores. Cleveland State takes a 1-point lead. Amy Williams not real happy with that, but her team responds out of that timeout. Margaret McLeod goes around a defender there and scores another assist for Maddie White. 4 assists for White. McLeod again this time had 10 of her team high, 17 in the second half. Coyotes win for the 7th time in 8 games, 74-70 the final in this one. So here is the schedule as they start league play this Thursday with the Jags and Fort Wayne on the road in the Dakotas. Saturday it's Western Illinois at Omaha, IUPUI at NDSU. Those are both 2 o'clock games. And then the Jackrabbits at home against Fort Wayne at 4. Sunday is the wrap-up for the weekend. South Dakota at Denver at 2 o'clock. Coming up, we'll take you back to Vermilion for the campus spotlight. The University of South Dakota through the eyes of one of the great Summit League student athletes.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. It's the Grand Falls Casino Resort $500,000 giveaway. Yeah, a $500,000. Between now and March 30th, play your favorite games to earn entries. Entries are good for all 13 drawings. Then, be here for the Sunday afternoon drawings for your chance at a $500,000. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
For any reason, for any season, Honda has exactly what you need for any time, anywhere. With the Honda Accord and Honda Civic, you get sport and style, a comfortable ride, and incredible mileage. Plus Kelley Blue Book's very best and most trusted brand, and a top safety pick. No matter the reason or the season, you'll find a Honda that will fit your life and budget, new or certified used. Shop on the lot or online anytime. Only from your Dakota Land Honda dealer.
This isn't an Epic Sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director.
There's no $1 million budget.
There's no slow motion.
Or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us.
Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
And make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active.
and this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Now to our spotlight. Jeff Metler is a great Summit League student athlete, great distance runner at the University of South Dakota, but it's his academic ability that's going to take him a long way.
First came to USD, it wasn't for running, it was for academics. The school, the program here, it just was a good fit for me. So my focus when I was coming to school here was on academics. And I ended up deciding to run, but that wasn't my focus at all right away. I think there's a connection between being a good athlete and a good student. You have to be so dedicated and hardworking, and I feel like I learned that at an early age, and I feel like that's really helped me both in the classroom and on the track. I've gotten to experience so many things, from running at the Drake Relays, from running at Texas in the first round of nationals. There's so many things that I've gotten to experience that I never would have gotten to do. So I was reading an article, and it was about a biomechanist who was doing an analysis on a runner who was injured. And it just hit me, and I knew that was what I wanted to do. And so I looked, and kinesiology was a new major here at USD, and I just knew that was the major that was for me. So this summer I did an internship out in Pasadena, California at a place called Katz, and one of their biggest clients that they have go there is David Beckham, and I got to work with his children that he brought in, and it was an amazing experience. I don't know that I ever would have gotten that had I not come to USD. So as I'm finishing up my undergraduate right now, I'm looking at graduate schools. I'm definitely going to go on to graduate school and get a master's degree in biomechanics. After I do that, I would really love to work on the human performance side. I would love to work with runners, improving their gait, doing gait analysis on them. That would be my dream.
Sports science is a growing field, primarily because the amount of people it affects, from the small adolescent all the way to the elderly, and it gives you a variety of looking at the population as we live longer, of actually working with human motion and how we can make it more functional for everyone. What I'm really proud about KSS is not just our numbers are growing past 300 from an original 40, it's the type of quality students that we're attracting, especially in the area of student athletes. It's people or students like Jeff Metler that allow us to have that pride within the university to promote KSS and our exercise science program and actually becoming productive citizens and role models for others to follow.
It's a huge honor to be awarded for being an academic All-American. I put so much work into being an athlete and a student, and to be rewarded for that is really humbling. I think it's a huge testament to both the coaches and the professors that I've had here at USD. The respect that the coaches have as us as students is one of the best things about USD. They care that we get a degree. They don't just care about us being athletes. They really want us to be students as well.
Well, Jeff Metler is the face of our program. He's basically the face of our university. He's excelled in the classroom, he's excelled at the highest levels on the track, in cross country, and he's just a great role model for all students, not just the athletes. Well, we take a lot of pride in our education here. Our cross country teams last year were ranked 5th and 6th in GPA nationally. Well, I think the thing that's really special about our university is you're a name, not a number. Yeah, we have a saying, once a coyote is always a coyote, and we kind of live by that saying, and it holds true, and it'll continue to hold true forever and ever.
Many thanks to all of our Summit League shooters. We'll see you next week on Inside the Summit League.